All right, everybody. Vic Venom in the house. Are you ready? Are you ready to go through another snore fest? Whether it's Vince McMahon or Triple H, this show is still the drizzling poops. But now let me introduce you to the man of the moment, the man with the pythons, the great, the doctor, Chris Featherstone.
Very nice. Very nice. How are you? Pales in comparison to yours, Vince. Pales in comparison to yours, man. Look at that. Look at those things. Let me see that one more time. One more time. Man, look at that. Look at that, man. Nice.
Yes.
Just unbelievable, man. It's funny because I've got we've got some really, really good fans here at the Legion of Raw, and I get messaged every week, man. It's great to have this show. Raw stinks, but I really get excited and look forward to this show every week because we just have
Chris,
fun. We just
listen,
have a-
listen.
Yep,
I'm going to say this for the millionth time,
yep.
okay? There is an art to writing, not, a television show.
Yes.
And Raw is a television show. There is an art to writing a television show. It is a craft. I learned that craft from a television writer. Okay? If you are a former wrestler, an ex-wrestler, it does not make you a television writer, bro. Let me explain to the people here on Sportskeeda. Chris, I was watching an episode today. Today I had to do a episode of my Breaking Down the Attitude Era hour by hour. Okay, bro. There are 3 stories going on. Stories. Kane and Paul Bearer are trying to coax The Undertaker into wrestling him. Undertaker will not wrestle his brother, so they are wreaking havoc until they get Taker in the ring. Story number 1.
Okay.
We just went through all the drama of the Survivor Series with Brett and Shawn.
What year are we at? So that's 97.
Yes, 97. Now Owen Hart is hitting the ring and attacking Shawn. He's the only
Black
Hart
Hart.
member left.
Mhm.
Story number 2. Story number 3, Austin gave the Intercontinental title belt to Rock because he wants to go on for the world title. So you've got 3 main stories going on throughout that show.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask you, unless I missed something, give me one story that was going on during this show. I saw match after match after match after match after match after match. Give me one story that happened in this 3-hour show. Give me one.
Mysterios and Judgment Day.
What's the story?
Dominic got mad at Edge, and now he got beat up by Rhea Ripley.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go. Bro, were they trying to shoot an angle at the end there? What was happening at the end with that guy in the crowd being
Dexter
taken?
Lumis, Sam Shaw.
Oh, that's Sam Shaw.
Mhm.
Oh, good, bro. I like that guy. I'm a fan of that guy. Okay,
Sam Shaw's
again though, bro. What do we always say? I don't watch NXT. So I'm like, okay, obviously they're trying to shoot an angle. I don't know who that is, but they're trying to shoot an angle.
And he was let go too. So Triple H is just bringing back just name after name every week, it looks like. So
And bro, and again, bro, that is another mistake, because when you bring in so many people at once, you're not going to get them all over, bro.
Yeah.
So what he's trying to do is completely change this show by bringing in all these NXT people and not concentrating on any of them. I mean, bro, look what happened to Ciampa tonight. He loses to Bobby Lashley and then gets put through a table by AJ Styles. That's how you get somebody over?
Right. Yeah, it was. I guess they were trying to do something with him, with Ciampa to make him relevant, but at the end of the day, um, it's still um just to bringing a bunch of wrestlers in. If there's no buy-in, if there's no story to it, it's just bringing a bunch of
It's
wrestlers
bringing a
in.
bunch of wrestlers in, and like I said, bro, I don't know what favors you did for Champa, bro. If anything, see, my theory was, okay, bro, it's the old. Well, if he can last against Lashley and he can
Mhm.
give Lashley a fight, he's gonna be over. Well, you know what, bro? Here's the bottom line: if you do that, and at the end of the match, Champa shakes Lashley's hand.
Yeah,
Like that's one thing,
yep,
but you come back and you put the guy through a table.
yep.
So what was accomplished?
Agreed. Thank you, Rizu, for the reminder in the chat. I just wrote that down in my notes to talk about. So, hey, look, the Miz is
Awesome. Yeah, I guess.
hey, look, so we're gonna get into this. We're gonna dive right into this because there's a lot to talk about, and to me, more to talk about outside of the show. So we're going to talk about a couple of things. One thing is Grandpa. Very nice. You enjoyed Grandpa a few weeks ago, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Very
Nice.
much so.
Very
Yes.
nice. All right. So the Dr. Chris question of the week coming back. And this is the question for the SK Nation and the ones who are watching on the archives, which watching live is just so much more fun, though. So here's the question. But thank you for watching on the archives, though. The most pivotal year of pro wrestling, in your opinion, is blank. The most pivotal year of pro wrestling was blank. What do you think, Vince?
97.
Oh, okay. Why 97?
Because as I'm watching the tail end of 97, you are seeing the creation of a new brand of wrestling.
Okay. Very nice.
I just saw a show today. I think it was from December 15th. So the end of the year, from the Survivor Series on in 97, you're kind of seeing the birth of the Attitude Era for a couple months there.
Okay. Very nice. Michael says 97. Awesome Sauce says 84. Kuzmo says 97. TW says 84. Matt says 98. Media 2002. Christopher says 97. Shadows 2004. Scott says 98. I say 1983. That was the advent of Hulkamania. So I think that 83 does it for me.
Why are they saying 84? Can we get some
It
comments?
says the expansion. Awesome Soul says the year of Von Erichs were at their peak. Yeah.
What was the first year of WrestleMania?
85.
85. Yeah. So yeah, 84, 85. I would put that right up there without a doubt. I would put that up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The year of the first WrestleMania, that might be it as well. I mean,
85.
that was huge, bro.
Yeah.
Huge.
85. I say 83 because of Hogan. Although, yeah, 84. Actually, I'll say because 84 was really the beginning of Hulkamania.
What year, bro, was the Rock and Wrestling connection with MTV?
That was 84. I meant to say so. 83 was the beginning of Starrcade. Arcade. I'll say 84 because that was the rise of Hulkamania.
Yeah, I mean
So,
that was huge. The MTV tie-in
Rock and Wrestling
was huge at the time.
MTV.
Yes.
84 is my 84
yeah, that was huge at the time. Very, very big at the time.
Yeah, a bunch of people saying 84 too.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue that at all.
Yeah. First Saturday night's main event was 85.
Huge, huge, bro.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, that was huge. Wendy Richter and Moolah was on MTV in 84.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
Cyndi Lauper, that whole thing. Piper got involved.
Yep.
It was huge, bro.
Yep.
There was a big match on MTV. I think Piper and Hogan.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. 84 is my final answer.
But that's nothing compared to the Hunger Games, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what? 2002 is a close second. What do you think?
I wasn't watching.
I mean, 2022. Excuse me.
Oh God, bro, please.
Close second.
Bro, she couldn't even announce. She couldn't even. She forgot who the people on her own crew were. Come on, bro.
Dakota Sky.
Oh, come on. Like really, really. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Come on, what are we doing here, bro? Like that's like Hogan saying, yeah. Let me introduce my tag team partner for WrestleMania. Mr. B, Mr. B,
Mr. B.
Come on, man. We got to get that right, Bailey. You know, with all
Awesome
due
Sauce
respect.
says 1920 was when Toots Mom took over. Yes, very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
Toots.
The great Toots, bro. The great Toots.
All right, let's jump right into this. Bayley, EO Sky, and Dakota Sky.
EO Sky, Dakota Sky, Velvet Sky,
Velvet Sky,
Blue Sky.
Remember Big Sky actually
Big
was
Sky.
it was a
Sky
WCW.
Low. Sky
Yes.
Low.
There you go. Sky Blue was a current AEW. Matter of fact, let's just keep this Sky thing going. SK Nation, name a Sky wrestler. Name a wrestler with the name
Sky
Sky.
Rocket in Flight, Afternoon Delight.
There you go. Afternoon Delight.
Yes.
Rebby Sky. Yeah, man.
Rebby Sky, the great Rebby Sky. Yes.
Yeah. So Dakota's she was Sky after tonight. She's Sky.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? Oh, Scorpio Sky. Yeah, good
Scorpio Sky. Very good. Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So Dakota Sky. I mean Kai. Did you see her when it was so Reju says skyscrapers. I guess I'll
Skyscraper. Yes.
So it's funny because the production team just made it so much worse because when what's her name? Bayley, when she botched Dakota's name,
yeah,
they zoomed right on her face as soon as she botched, and she was just like, it's like she was trying to keep the mean face mixed with like.
Well, hey, let me tell you though, bros, that is one of the positives of Vince McMahon not being there, bro, because if he was there sitting at Gorilla when she went through that curtain, he would have eaten her alive, bro. And not only would he have eaten her alive, he would have held that against her. If she can't even remember the names of the people on her own team, seriously, bro, that could have got her set back. Yes.
Do you think she cleaned it up decently by healing
absolutely not, because she acknowledged that she effed up. She absolutely acknowledged that she effed up. She should have went right over it, bro.
Yeah, she should have known that. She should have.
But I got to tell you, bro, what was worse than that? I mean, you know, Chris, I would love to know the history of when this started, why this started, because they did not do this while I was there. Bro, the 57,000 camera cuts, bro, during that brawl. I wanted to throw up. You can't, bro. You nothing registers. You're going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Nothing is registering. I would love to know, bro, how did that ever start? It's awful, bro. It is god awful, man.
You know, it's one of those things that you know, our friend Road Dog Brian James, he's really big into the production part of it. It's just really, you know, the television production. I'd be interested to, you know, if you can remember, tell him that when we do our show. You know, I mean, just because I would be interested to see, like, why is that a thing now? Why is there so many different cuts?
Oh man, bro, it's so can you imagine watching any sport that way? Can you imagine, bro?
no.
We're going to go to the field. We're going to go to the sideline. We're going to go up in the booth. We're going to go to the coach. We're going to go to the quarterback. We're going to go to this. Like, oh my God, bro, please.
Yeah. Man, where's Veer?
Where is Veer, bro?
Where in the world is Veer Mahan?
Yes, I guess I was reading that they're repackaging a bunch of people. Maybe he's one of them. I don't know, bro.
Maybe so. Maybe so. It'll be Veer and Shanky. They'll be back together. So we'll see where that goes as far as Veer is concerned. But it seems like the ones that McMahon were really into, Triple H is already putting the kibosh on him. Like Theory is, I know he was gone because his uncle passed. They usually give them a week or so, but I don't know. I don't know about this week. I imagine he's not taking 2 weeks to mourn the loss of his uncle.
Yeah.
I mean, if he needs it, take it. But they usually only do a week, so I'm wondering if they aren't bringing him in because Triple H doesn't see as much as Vince McMahon does in him.
I don't know, bro. Bro, at the end of the day, everybody's going to see this. At the end of the day, it comes down to the writing. Period. End of story. And that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring all his people in, all his NXT people in. But again, bro, that's the first rule. You bring in so many people at once, nobody gets over, man.
Yeah. I think they're kind of just throwing everything on the wall and see what sticks at this point with all the returns and things like that. A lot of chaos going on Raw the past couple of weeks, and it's just kind of like chaos TV. And I don't know. I mean, a lot of people were big on this and saying Triple H is the savior right now.
Bro,
But
those are the hardcore wrestling fans that are always going to watch wrestling. They watched it for years and years and years and couldn't stand what Vince McMahon was doing. Yeah. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about, is this show going to bring new viewers and new eyeballs? That's what I'm talking about. Correct. The marks, the hardcore fans, as long as wrestling is on the marquee, they're going to watch the show, bro. I'm not talking about those people. We already saw the SmackDown rating went down already. Mm-hmm. Last week's rating went down already, bro.
Yep, indeed. Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss, they talk smack, and then they get into a big fight. So then we see.
Then you saw them setting up for Alexa taking a dive, and they're all staying there. Come on, we're ready.
I don't understand. Help me understand this, Vince. Yeah. You've written shows before. I never understood the collateral damage bump. I never understood that spot. I never understood someone doing a dive on their own partners. No. That doesn't make that makes zero sense.
No, bro. If you're a Mick Foley, that's fine. If that fits your character, that's fine. Yeah. That doesn't fit Alexa Bliss's character.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like Montez Ford does it every week. He does that collateral damage spot, where he'll just, I don't care if my own teammate is in the pile. I'm gonna hit him too. Yep. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, bro.
Seth Rollins and Angelo Dawkins, they fight. Just variations of making the Street Profits look like enhancement talent nowadays. Unfortunately, would you have booked this way, or would you have done something else with Seth other than win at the expense of the Street Profits again?
Bro, this is Vince McMahon booking. He beat Ford last week, so we'll book him against Dawkins and let him be eating up time. This is Vince McMahon booking 101, bro. 101.
Yes, indeed. So I'm going to mention this tweet. A friend of ours, Road Dog, stated. I'm actually going to read the tweet, and I'm going to read it verbatim. I know the subject. I can tell you the subject, but we're going to talk about this. All right. He says this. I'm interested in your Legion of Raw thoughts on it. He says, quote, let me just use my phone. I have to log into my computer. On my computer, I don't want to do that. He says, Seth Rollins is the new HBK,
Mm.
and that's saying something because Shawn Michaels was the best. What are your thoughts, Vince Russo?
I have said on the record, Shawn Michaels was the greatest all-around wrestler I ever worked with. I've said that on the record. I said it to Shawn. I ain't saying that about Seth Rollins, bro. I'm with. Hey, listen, man. If Road Dogg feels that way, that's great. I'm sorry, bro. Like, no, 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 no. That's my opinion. Road Dogg is entitled to his opinions. I
Yes.
worked with Shawn. Shawn was great, bro. Look at any Shawn promo, and then look at the Joker. Come on, bro. Like, come on. Like, seriously, man. Come on, bro. Come
you
on.
know, I've working with Brian is a breath of fresh air. Really, really cool to work with.
Yep.
Super nice guy.
Yep.
We've actually become friends over the past couple of months. Really, really nice guy. I'm looking forward to talk to him about this more. And I will share this when we talk about it too. I strongly disagree with that statement because I don't think I, the pull of making someone look over nowadays is just vastly different than it was before.
Yes.
And Seth Rollins, to me, like place his overness 25 years ago in the Attitude Era, and he'd be a jabroni. I mean, like he wouldn't be the same level of over looks like right now. So this breed of talent
The
that's
bar has been really
yeah,
low.
it's the breed of talent that they have now as far as making someone look larger than life, that's not a thing anymore. And Shawn Michaels is arguably the greatest performer of all time. Seth Rollins is very solid in the ring.
I'm not talking about work, bro. I'm talking
Yeah,
all around.
all around,
All around. I'm
overall,
talking.
and I just don't see Seth Rollins having a good um, kind of character that has good staying power. Like to me, like Rollins is just a few weeks later with and he'll feel like the rest of them.
Bro,
Shawn Michaels feels larger than the
bro,
pack.
let's look at there's an element, bro. When you look back, there's the element of I want to be that guy.
Yep.
I want to be Taker. I want to be Rock. I want to be Austin. I want to be Shawn Michael. Bro, listen, maybe there are 12-year-old kids saying, I want to be Seth Rollins. But I'm sorry, bro. Like to me, like when somebody is so over and so cool and so believable, whether they're a baby face or a heel, and you want to be them, and
Yeah.
like the way you felt about a Randy Savage, or the way you
Mhm.
felt about a Roddy Piper, or the way you felt about a Ric Flair, bro. I don't know, bro. Are people feeling that way about Seth Rollins? I mean, maybe there are some, but I'm not one of them.
No, because people were attracted to their characters. Their characters were infectious. He was the heartbreak kid. He was the rowdy one. He was the immortal
And
one.
it was believable.
It
It was
was. Yes,
believable,
absolutely.
bro.
Yeah.
Believable.
Seth Rollins has had 4 or 5 incarnations of different characters, and so it
And
doesn't
even the
really
one he's doing
help.
right now, you saw the promo tonight, how campy and over the top it is. Bro, I used to love the one thing I used to love about Shawn Michaels, bro, and it was written this way. I remember, bro, when I was writing Shawn Michaels against Taker. Bro, today they would have Shawn Michaels scared to death of Taker. That's what they would have
So,
today. Back then, bro, when
cocky.
they did the one-on-one interview,
Yeah.
Shawn would get right in his face
Yep.
because, bro, in Shawn's mind, somewhere in the back of Shawn's mind, he really believed he could beat Taker.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about Shawn Michaels. When I watch Seth Rollins, bro, when I watch his entrance and I watch his attire and I watch his promos, the first thing that comes to my mind is goofy. He's a goof. He's campy. He's too over the top, and nobody's like that in real life, bro. So how do you relate to this person?
Yeah, it feels like a circus act.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how many people like Shawn Michaels we knew, that cocky, arrogant, you know how many people like that we knew?
Right. Indeed. Rolling with the 999 super chat, bro. Tonight, Seth Rollins called himself the gatekeeper of this industry. In the world of professional sports, especially professional combat sports, being labeled a gatekeeper is an insult. No bueno. It's good stuff, Rollin. I agree. Why do you why do you think that what does that even mean really in the trajectory of pro wrestling as far as being the gatekeeper of the industry? Do you have any clue, Vince?
I have no idea, bro. Is he accepting is he taking the tokens when the people want to come in the amusement park and get on the ride? I don't know, bro, but I'm sorry, man. I love Brian to death, and it's his opinion and it's my opinion, but not to me, not even close, bro.
Yep. Agreed. Not close. We get a couple backstage segments. We get the Mysterios and Edge dissension. We get Dominic pushing Edge, and then we get another backstage segment, interview of the Miz and Ciampa. Miz dedicating this match to the one Harley Race. There you go, because he trained them.
Which is real confusing. Listen, hats off to Triple H, giving them the freedom to cut their own promos and say what they want to say. We needed that a long time coming. But, bro, you had two instances tonight with two heels.
Yep.
Ciampa's putting over Harley Race, you know, and that's a baby face thing to do. He didn't do it in a heel way. That was a baby face thing to do. And Kevin Owens is wearing a Dusty t-shirt.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
I mean, seriously, bro, I'm all for letting these guys go, but like stuff like that, you know, that makes Kevin Owens a babyface, bro.
Indeed. Yes, I agree with you 100% on that. I noticed that too. He's done that before, and I'm like, so who's getting over here? If you're doing babyface stuff, who's really getting over?
I'll tell you who's getting over, bro. They're getting over with the internet crowd.
Yes, indeed.
And that's all they freaking care about, bro. They're getting over with the internet crowd.
And that's the reason why the numbers were dwindling down week by week by week.
And not only that, bro, even with Triple H, even the shows that he's done. And of course, I was the first one that said, you got to give the guy at least 3 months.
Yeah.
But Chris, there's been a pattern so far. As the show goes on, the number gets less.
Yeah.
That's not how it's supposed to be, bro. The audience is supposed to be building to the end. I think they lost about a couple of 100,000, I mean, last week or something, but as the show's going on, they're losing viewers. You know what that tells me, bro? This is what that tells me. Vince McMahon is no longer running the show. People know, let's try it out now. We haven't watched it in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go watch Raw. Let's see what Triple H is doing. Let's see if the show has changed. By the time you get halfway in, no, the show hasn't really changed that much. New viewers leave, and you're back to your same base audience.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
That's what I see. That's what makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely shows that. I've got a theory for you, Vince, and let me know if they are actually doing this. So with this Mysterios and then Edge in the mix with Judgment Day, I'm going to kill Judgment Day, yada yada yada. What do you think? Do you think perhaps this leads to Edge swerving Ray and actually being a part of Judgment Day all along and bringing Dominic with him?
Well, bro, if you do that, you can't do that in a way where they really got heat on him. You see what I'm saying? Like I was able to bring Rock and Vince together because all Rock did was drop an elbow on Vince.
Yeah.
He didn't beat the snot out of Vince. They beat the snot out of Edge. So what was that a work? I mean, well, they could say it was now, but if you go back and look at the number they did on him, that's going to be a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah. You know, something's got to come out of this.
I think it's the Dominic thing, bro. I think it's what, and I think that's the issue because you see this thing coming a mile away, bro.
Yeah, but it's so just blah,
Right.
just to have that ending,
I agree with you, bro.
Because even if Dominic goes over to Judgment Day, and to me, I wasn't a fan of Judgment Day from the very beginning, and I've said that on here many times. But at least with Edge, it had star power, you know what I mean? But now just everybody just feels middle of the road. They weren't going into Judgment Day. They're already booked like mid-carders, and they weren't booked strongly, and now they're just together and not booked strongly. Right. And so it just doesn't there's no star power. Yep. And Edge going back, I guess there'll be a payoff, but if the payoff is Dominic going there, it'll just be blah again. No one was built strong before they joined Judgment Day. Being together doesn't mean that they're booked strongly, even stronger. So.
Bro, I got to tell you something. Bro, things like this need to be done, and they'll never go this far, okay? Bro, somebody sent me a picture of some woman over in the UK. I think she's a professional bodybuilder, though, right? They sent me some pictures of her, bro, cosplaying Chyna. Have you seen her?
I have not.
Bro, if somebody showed you the picture, you would say it's Chyna. That's how close it is, bro. Nice. Unbelievable. That's what you need. You need somebody like that to show up, call out Triple H. I mean, you want to get people talking, bro. It's not going to be Rey Mysterio joining the Dark or Dominic joining the Dark Order. Nobody cares about that. It needs to be something like this where Triple H is seeing a ghost and this Chyna is calling him out for all that. That's what you need. What they're doing here, Logan Paul, bro, okay, because he's got a huge following. I'll give them that. If they can get Logan Paul's people to watch this show, but they need something like that, bro, that's going to turn heads.
Speaking of turning heads, I'm not going to play any. I'm not going to play the music because I get flagged. But I will play this, though. I will go ahead and play the video because, wow, she looks like just like.
Oh, I didn't even see like a video. I just saw like some pictures.
Yeah. So here we go. I'm about to share it and play it here. Yeah, she did really good. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like the body, like, yeah, I mean, this is what you need, bro.
Wow. You
need something like this that, whoa. Wow. They need something
really good.
shocking, bro. Yeah. They need something shocking, man.
I agree. That looks really good.
And of course, bro, because of the the legend of Chyna, you want to do it in good taste. You're going to do it in good taste.
Yeah.
But that's what they need. Oh, can you imagine this woman walking out and say, "Oh, you're calling everybody else back, never called me back." I mean, can you imagine, bro? Like, and then Triple H, like the look on his face. That's what you need, bro. What they're doing here with Bayley, and I can't remember the people on my team, and Dominic is joining the Dark Order, and nobody cares about any of this stuff, bro. Nobody, nothing.
Dominic's joining the Dark Order.
I love Sam Shaw to death. Now he's stalking AJ.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and throughout the show, there was like this. I don't know if you noticed during the promos backstage, there was like the wrecked car, like way in the back, and there was like people around it. And then, like 20 minutes later, with the females, it was still on the ramp. And I'm like, it takes y'all 20 minutes to put a wrecked car on the ramp. Like, it had to be something. And then toward the end, like all the police officers start running to the so I'm like, okay, so all of that led to some type of arrest of just some awkward arrest at the end. And so
See,
Triple H is trying to bring the story
bro,
back
he's
to it,
trying, but he's not a writer.
yeah,
He's not a writer. Bro,
exactly.
I'll give you a classic case in point because I did not know that was Sam Shaw because I don't watch NXT.
Mhm.
AJ knows it's Sam Shaw, right?
Yeah.
So when AJ's looking out in the crowd, he knows who he is. He sees him fighting off the cops for whatever reason. He's fighting cops for whatever reason. But AJ will say, "No, let him in. Let him in. Come on, you got let that. He knows who he is, bro.
Yeah,
That's what I'm telling you, Chris. About it comes down to writing and freaking logic.
yeah. And so now Dexter Lumis, Sam Shaw, he somehow he has issues with AJ Styles.
Something must have happened down at NXT. He was
Oh,
AJ was probably trying to hold him down or something.
That's what it was. Yeah, okay. Next we have Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel. The match stopped before it even started due to Owens powerbomb Ezekiel on the apron. To me, this was a bit promising because it seems like they're writing off Ezekiel to bring back Elias. I just want to see Elias.
I just don't know why they're doing a bump like that, bro. Like, man, when you talk to like the Al Snows and like they'll tell you that ring apron bump, bro, is like the worst thing in the world, man. You know?
Yeah, that's Owens' thing. He used to do that in NXT a lot.
Yeah,
so they brought that back to write him off.
Bro,
So,
can you imagine Shane McMahon being the one behind bringing that girl in?
oh,
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, bro. There are but they're giving us nickels and dimes here, bro. That it's not going to amount to anything.
So the antagonist to your idea would be like, man, who wants a China ripoff? What would be your answer?
Oh no, bro, let me tell you something. If you tell this story the right way, you're not even going to think about that because Shane's nowhere to be found. What if all of a sudden Shane shows up? Hey, Triple H, yeah, man, they found out about the skeletons in my father's closet. What about the skeletons in yours? And you bring her out, bro. Again, them doing it would be the drizzling, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
A real writer doing this, trust me, bro, you would not get that.
Interesting. Very interesting. Next we get Finn Balor defeating Rey Mysterio. Rhea Ripley comes out carrying Dominic beaten up and bloody, scarred out.
Like the girls beating up Dominic. What are we doing here, bro?
Dude, I don't know. It definitely seems like it's inevitable that Dominic's going to join.
Yeah, well, that seemed like a ruse to me because I didn't buy Rhea Ripley beating up Dominic, so that's why I'm like, okay, bro, this is all a ruse, and that's what I took away.
But so what, though?
Like, I know that's what I'm saying, bro. So what? Okay, whoopee.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what?
Bro, Monday night football is right around the corner, man.
Oof.
They're going to have to do better than this, bro. Better than this, man.
Yeah. They've got to do better than that, my man. I don't like I said, I'm willing to give them time.
I am too, but we're willing to give them time, but we're seeing the pattern.
Yeah,
it's just bringing in all these new NXT that looks like the pattern. The first,
but with no story behind it,
right?
You know what I mean? You're bringing up Ciampa with no story.
Yes,
you're bringing back Cross with no story. You're bringing back Dexter Lumis with no story.
Yes.
Like bringing back them for just namesake isn't going to work because their
Yeah.
name isn't strong enough
Io
for that.
Sky, Dakota Sky.
Yeah, Dakota Sky, no
No
story. EO Sky, no story. Sky
Right.
Blue, no
Yes. No
story. The
story. Right.
Skyscrapers, no story.
Yes.
None of it. Nothing. So give me a story. Give me buy-in. It's just it feels super marky if you're just bringing back NXT names just for the heck of it.
Bro,
I don't see it.
you brought this up with Brian last week, and bro, you've got to be watching NXT
Yeah.
to understand what's going on. That's not going to grow your fan base.
And only a third of the
Right.
people watch NXT, and it's not like a third of the total Raw viewership watch NXT, and it's not even a guarantee that those third watch Raw. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it doesn't make sense just to bring back
But
NXT people
bro,
just for the heck of it.
again, even Triple H is looking for the accolades of the internet.
That's true.
And it's like, I just what happened to the world, man? Remember
Yeah.
WrestleMania? What the world is
What the
watching?
world is
That was a shoot. Like
Yeah.
that was a shoot, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember back in the day, man, it used to be even casual friends would have outings and have, big get-togethers to watch the pay-per-view. You know what I
Yep, I
mean? That
did
was
that
the
for
thing.
WrestleMania 3, bro. I had a ton of people at my house. You think people
Nice.
show up to watch EO Sky and
And
Dakota
Dakota
Sky?
Sky? No, I don't think so.
I couldn't get anybody at my house to watch.
Hey, I got this girl, Dakota Sky. You wanna go half on the pay-per-view for her? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Dakota Sky and EO Sky,
Yeah,
man.
man. Yeah.
You guys, come on. Give
Come
me
on.
$10.
Come on, chip in. Chip in for the Sky Sisters.
Bro, is this any different than the Riot Squad? Is it
I mentioned that last week. I
right?
don't see a difference.
Is it, bro?
No, I don't see a difference, man.
Except they all slid into the ring together.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay, well, that is a difference. That is a difference. So next we have the Sky Sisters, Heel Sky, Dakota Sky. So they brought back the tournament. Tamina and Dana Brooke lost to Dakota Kai and Io Sky. So,
Bro, what
there you go.
about that what is it? EO Sky? What about that EO Sky slap when Tamina was on the oh my bro.
I noticed that.
Oh my. How
We
are
did
you
that last week too against Bianca.
how are you on TV?
Yeah, I noticed that same
How
thing.
are you on TV?
Yeah.
Why are you on primetime television, bro?
Her working slap and working punch are horrible. Like
Oh,
I've noticed that. It was the same thing happened last week with because Bianca was on she was on the turnbuckle, and just her working slap was just the same.
I mean,
just kinda
bro,
like
are you gonna hurt somebody by slapping them?
Yeah.
Are you really gonna hurt them? Miss Elizabeth slapped the crap out of me, bro. Did she kill me? No, I'm still here.
No.
My gosh, it's a slap, bro. You can't lay a slap in.
And knowing someone like Tamina, she would want that type of
Right, because it makes her look weak.
Exactly. Rollin, $4.99 super chat, my man. Do you guys think that 1984 was more pivotal than 1987, the year of Mania 3? And what would you say was NWA/WCW's comparable match to Hogan versus Andre? Good questions. I still say 94 is more pivotal than 1987, but 1987 is pivotal in as far as WrestleMania is concerned, as far as the trajectory of WrestleMania, as far as it being that big event. I'll give that to 87, but I still think the rise of Hulkamania is the most pivotal moment in pro wrestling history. That's for question. That's for the first part. What do you think, Vince?
I got to go with 84, bro, because the original WrestleMania is what really started it all. I mean, bro, that kind of put the stamp on the pro wrestling business.
Yeah.
Of course, 87 was huge,
Mhm.
but I still got to stick with 84.
Yep. Verse 2, the second part. And what would you say was NWA/WCW's comparable match to Hogan versus Andre? I would say as far as like a kind of like a pivotal match in NWA, I would say I think it's Flair race at Starrcade '83. That would probably be my match. That kind of what was that pivotal moment in WCW history, just because their Starrcade series was like the WrestleMania of WCW. And
I
I
don't
think
think there
that
was. I don't think there was anything comparable. I can't say, bro.
just
Uh,
like Sky.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think there was anything because I mean, it was just the size of Hogan and Andre.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? I mean, it was really it was a circus sideshow. I mean, it really, really, really was. It was such a spectacle. I don't think when you have two, average size guys or bigger size guys, it's gonna match up.
The irresistible force versus the immovable object, there's no comparison there.
Yes,
What
yes.
would you say as far as like a pivotal match? Like Hogan Andre was the pivotal match of WWF. Could you think that there's a could you think of a pivotal match that if there was one match that you can point to and say this was the match that was pivotal to the success of NWA or WCW, what would it be?
I really can't because I wasn't watching it that closely,
Gotcha.
man. So I can't. I don't have the history like in it that you have because I was a WWF guy.
Mm,
So that's what I was really watching most of the
yeah,
time.
sense. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Race and Flair. What do y'all think, SK Nation? Most comparable as far as one of the most pivotal matches in the history of NWA or WCW. What do y'all think, SK Nation? All right. Next we have um Russo and Goldberg.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Very interesting. Dusty Flair. No, I don't think. I mean, like Hard Times, Starrcade '85. I'm, no, I wouldn't say that's as far as pivotal. No, that's up there as far as one of the most popular matches of all time. But all right, next we have Kevin Owens backstage interview talks about now he wants everybody to know that the Kevin Owens show never left or is still about the Kevin Owens show. Why is this a thing? Like what's the point of this? He's a heel. He talks about the Kevin Owens show. So is he going to be gone for a few weeks again and come back? And then at that point, who's he going to feud against? Lashley?
I don't know, bro. He said the Kevin Owens show, and I'm like, great. I could care less.
Yeah.
Whoopee.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This again, the stories are just lackluster to me. Just someone coming out and say the Kevin Owens show is back. I
Well,
mean,
you know what
what's it
this
gonna
is the
do?
equivalent of, bro. Let me explain to you what the equivalent of it is. I had a degree in journalism. Obviously, I had the history of writing every single story in the WWE magazine.
Yeah.
I worked with a television writer who actually had shows on television. I wrote I wrote a couple of books. Okay, there's a lot of writing in my background. When I became a character on TV, bro, I became a character on TV because they were putting so much pressure on me for ratings that I did what any New Yorker would do. I basically said, fine, you want ratings? I'll go out there and do it myself. Okay. But my character was, the guy in charge, the authority figure who always got his butt handed to him, at the end of the day.
Mhm.
The equivalent of Triple H being a seasoned writer with some kind of degree in writing and some kind of knowledge of script writing, bro, that would have been the equivalent of Vince Russo being a serious wrestler.
Mm.
Like seriously, it would have been the equivalent of me having matches with Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. Bro, I don't care that you're a former wrestler.
Yeah.
It takes more than that, bro.
It
And
does.
I don't know why nobody will admit that. I don't know why people have such a hard time saying, you know what, bro? We really need seasoned writers. We really need people who know how to format a script and write dialogue. We really need. I don't know why that's so difficult. Tony Khan, I don't know why it's so difficult for people in the wrestling business to admit that, bro. I don't understand it. Because you're a wrestler does not make you a television writer, bro. And that's why you're getting much of the same. I don't care who he brings in. You're getting wrestling. That's all you're getting, bro. That's it.
How much do you think ego plays a part of this?
A lot, bro.
Yeah.
A lot. Check your freaking egos at the door, bro.
Yeah.
If you ever want to get back to the mass audience, man, you've got to check your egos at the door, bro.
Yes, indeed.
Bro, can you imagine great musicians saying, we don't need songwriters. I'm going to write all my, so we don't need songwriters. We're going to, there are songwriters, bro. There are songwriters and musicians.
Yes.
These songwriters give the musicians the songs.
Yes.
It's the same freaking thing, bro. It's the same thing.
The coach gives the players the plays. Just because you're a good player doesn't mean you're a good coach. So it just doesn't. Just because you're good in one spot doesn't mean you're good in the other. No. And things doesn't overlap just because it's in the same arena, right? No. So it's like at the end of the day, being a good writer doesn't overlap automatically with being a good wrestler.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
bro. John Laurinaitis, great. How great a wrestler was he over in Japan? How great was he in talent relations, bro? Okay, that's what we're talking about here, folks. That's what we're talking about.
That's a good point there.
Come on, man.
Yes,
and
indeed.
It is ego, Chris. It is freaking ego. The ego is killing this business, bro.
Yes.
This is TV, man.
Ego is killing this business 100%, Vince. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it since Ryback said that. You know, as far as just Triple H, according to Ryback, Triple H told him that post Cena, he does not want. They do not want to see anybody bigger than the business post Cena. And that's basically what's happened. I mean, Reigns is the biggest person in wrestling right now as far as aura, but he's still not bigger than the business, though. Like, he's the biggest person in the business, but he's not bigger than the business. And that's a big difference. And we still see that. I mean, we've seen it post Cena. No one is bigger than the business. Every single person post Cena is expendable in the pro wrestling. And that's a problem. Your brand needs to be so infectious and so big and major that you don't look like you're expendable. Every single person in the WWE is expendable. And that hurts your product. It really does hurt your product.
Absolutely, bro. Yep.
Next, we have Omos and speaking of expendable, I mean, beating Andrea Guerrero and Spencer Slade. Andrea Garcia and Spencer Slade. Omos, Vince.
Yeah, well, again, Chris, you say it all the time. What does this do? This does what? This does what? This does what? Ziggler over Chad Gable does what?
Agreed.
What does what, bro?
Another one. What in the world does Dolph Ziggler versus Chad Gable do to anybody's heightened interest in this show? And what's going on with Dolph Ziggler in Theory? They just threw that away. When Ziggler came and he was quiet those few weeks, he was more popular, and that mystique that less is more, not saying anything, people was wondering what was going on. Now he just feels like everybody else all over again.
And bro, you know what nobody's pointing out? This is such a great coup, bro. Like nobody is talking about this because the marks are caught up in, I own a Sky and Rebby Sky are on with Bayley. Like, bro, here's what's hysterical to me. And I would love to know the answer to this. All the people they're bringing back from NXT that they let go, right? How much less money are they coming back for?
Oof.
That's what I would love to know. Tell me that, bro. Because I'm telling you, Chris, I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it, that they let all these people go, and now they're bringing them all back for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
I want to know if these people are getting paid the same they got when they left.
I definitely don't see them getting paid more. I think they're paying getting paid the same amount. But the pitch, though, the buy-in is, but you're on Raw now, but you're on SmackDown now. You've graduated. You've got a bigger spot. You've got to run with that spot that you're getting
in for less, bro. I think they're coming in for less.
For less?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yep.
I think Cross probably maybe the same, maybe a slight bump because they're pushing him as a main eventer. But someone like a Io Shirai, Dakota Kai, Dexter Lumis, I don't see a bump.
Yeah.
I don't see a bump in their pay for that. Especially since you got to think about that. I like Sam Shaw.
I do
and
too.
I like Dakota Kai.
I never saw the NXT character, but I like what he was doing on Impact.
On Impact, it was really good. Yeah. He was with Santana Garrett. That was that tandem was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think with Lumis and Sky and Shirai, I think, like I said, the sell is the fact that they have the spot. You know, you're graduating to NXT, from NXT to the main roster. But at the end of the day, though, it's just like, yeah, they're probably going to take it, because you have to think about this, though, Vince. They're probably not going to make as much as, say, for instance, say they make $75K a year. Say $75K. I don't see them any of those three making that amount of money on the indies. I don't see that. Maybe 50 or 60, maybe.
Yeah.
But 75K, I don't see them making. I don't see them being marketable enough to make that type of money there. Yeah. So, I mean, Io will go back to Japan. She was really good in Japan, but I don't see it. Next we have the main event, AJ Styles and The Miz.
Oh, what about? But hold on, bro.
What I miss? It's time for Joey. It's time for Joey. Let's do this. It's been a while. Where you at, Joey?
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
We're not just skipping over Nikki Cross and Doudrop on next week's show, bro. We're not just glossing over that huge promo, bro. Oh, when I saw that match for next week, bro, I said, you know what, bro? It starts here at 6:00 in Colorado. Yeah. I'm gonna tune in at 5:00 next week just to make sure I don't miss anything, bro.
Very nice, very nice.
You know,
before that promo, I was thinking, okay, based on these 3 hours, what part of this entire 3 hours is going to intrigue me to watch next week?
Great question. That's what you should ask.
None of it. It wasn't a story arc that was building. It wasn't any cliffhangers. It was none of that. People say, okay, with the Dexter Lumis thing, that was a very weak cliffhanger if that was meaning to be a cliffhanger. But here's the thing. I was like, if I just close this book and just don't watch Raw, I'm not missing anything because I'm not intrigued to watch next week. Yeah. If like you said, if the people come back to wrestling and said Vince is gone, let me watch it because of Triple H.
Yes, exactly.
There was nothing that drew me to next week.
Just like people tune in the day after WrestleMania.
Yep.
And then they don't capture them. Exactly, Chris. Exactly that in a nutshell. And here's what you're going to see tomorrow, guys. I'm not Nostradamus. You're going to get the ratings tomorrow, and you're going to see where they started and where they ended.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a couple of 100,000 people that tuned in that they lost again, and we're slowly but surely gonna make ours get back to that average number.
I'm looking. I'm really interested to see after this honeymoon stage is over with Triple H and the fans because Vince is gone. I'm interested to see how the fans are going to think about the product after this honeymoon stage is over. Say beginning of next year. All right, let's see how the product is, and if the people start crapping on Triple H's booking because their honeymoon stage is over. And before we go, speaking of honeymoon stage, I don't know if you saw it or you heard about it. Liv Morgan on SmackDown got almost booed out the arena.
I saw that,
I'm
bro. I
like,
saw that. Yep.
speaking of honeymoon stages being over, that alone shows that you can't just slap a belt on any person nowadays just because their character's semi infectious or semi attractive, and it was something different. So the fans had that honeymoon stage, but then they just realized that she's just plain Liv before the title, and they booed her. They booed her like
And not
crazy.
only that, bro, again, you had a baby face that lied.
Yeah,
She said she tapped out
yeah,
after the no. You were clearly tapping out before. So now we got baby faces who lie.
exactly.
Bro, like
Yeah.
seriously, man.
And then they get booed.
And let me tell you something, Chris. There's gonna be no negative feedback with Triple H's shows because at the end of the day, you're gonna have the same audience, and they're gonna be putting it over because all this NXT talent's on the show.
Yeah.
So they're gonna the people, the casual fans, bro. You're not gonna hear their voice because they're not gonna stick around long enough.
Yeah.
They're going to watch an episode or two, and then they're going to go back and they're going to disappear again. That's how you're going to know. But the people, who watch every week, they're going to put this over to the moon because all these NXT people are coming
Do
in.
you really think that the hardcore fans are say for instance, next spring, like leading up to WrestleMania, for instance, or WrestleMania season is usually pretty hot across the board. Say May of next year, say the beginning of spring next year, post WrestleMania, usually that May, June, July window is kind of like the off season of pro wrestling. Not as much, going into July, you're leading into SummerSlam, but post Mania to SummerSlam is usually a bit drier than the rest of the year. So that would be a good gauge to see, because right now we're like, okay, let's give them a few months, and then Royal Rumble's next, and then you get into WrestleMania season. So there's a bunch of hype behind that. I think next spring is a good gauge to see how hardcore fans will react to Triple H's booking. And you legit don't think that they'll turn their back on him?
No. As long as he keeps bringing in the NXT darlings, absolutely not. Nope.
Because they're hardcore fans, huh?
Yep.
One last super chat before we go. Timothy, I'll give this to you.
He has. And I have said that, Timothy. He definitely has. You can tell that the performers have more freedom without a shadow of a doubt. I always said, bro, you could tell when the performers were cutting promos, they were on the defensive, Chris. God forbid we forget a word.
Right.
God forbid this. You could see they're a lot more relaxed. It's a lot looser. There's a lot more freedom in the promos. Yes, you can definitely see that the performers feel much, much more comfortable. So yes, that is definitely a positive. Yes.
Although they may go back to scripted promos because of the Bayley botch.
Exactly.
The dirt sheets this weekend. WWE going back to scripted promos.
What do you think has been as positive so far?
I mean, it does feel less rigid.
There hasn't been a 24/7.
Yeah, and I did mention that last week. Yes,
Right?
yes, I
Right?
mentioned that last week, so I'll go with that one. There hasn't been a 24/7 segment,
Yeah.
and I like that. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's really it. What I've seen so far. Again, it's too early. It's too early to really call right now. But I think as far as what I saw on Raw and SmackDown, I would say that the 24/7 segment being gone is still probably what I noticed different and what I'm cool with.
Yeah.
Bringing back the NXT guys, I mean, that doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah.
But the 24/7 segments being kiboshed, I think that's the best thing we've seen so far.
I agree with that. Yep.
Cool. Well, one thing that is not kiboshed is this guy's brand, Channel Attitude. Let him know, my man.
Yes, guys, check me out at russosbrand.com, which is under the channelattitude.com umbrella. Check that out. Also, tomorrow on my Patreon channel, patreon.com/RussoTWC, Disco Inferno makes his return to the brand tomorrow. So
Ooh,
yes.
very nice, man. Let's do a little dance real quick. Let's do a little dance.
Oh, okay. Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Very
Yeah,
nice.
baby. Yes. Whoa.
Yeah, disco fever. Where's the song at, Vince? So cocky. So cool.
Yeah, baby.
He's
Yes.
just a disco dancing fool.
Scorpion
Man,
in the
brought
house.
up Black
Very nice.
Scorpion.
Very
The
nice.
song brought out Black Scorpion. Very nice, man.
Yes.
Almost didn't come, and then you played disco's
And
music.
here he came, man. Yes. Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here is Vince Russo. This guy is Dr. Chris. Follow us you see the Twitter handles on the bottom of our names, at the Vince Russo, at Chris Prolific. Follow us or don't watch Raw anymore. But I know you will watch Raw again. Although there's people who say they don't watch Raw, they just watch the show.
A
So
lot of people.
thank you for that support. Thank you so
Yes.
much for that support. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, Disco Fever, Black Scorpion, Tootsmon, Vince Russo, the Sky Sisters, Skyscraper, Solo!